Welcome to the Sycamore Studio. I am Gina, and I'm actually going to answer a few questions, kind of run through a couple things with the studio, and introduce you to the space as a whole. And to get started, I want to talk about parking. We have plenty of spaces out front for you to park in, and you are welcome to park in any of those spaces, but if you do need to unload or load, you are also welcome to drive around to the back. And we have a giant garage door that you can use, and I'll talk about that later in the video as well, so we'll come back to that. We are going to talk about a bathroom, which feels weird, but it's actually kind of cool. We have a really cool space in here, specifically with your clients in mind, because you never know what you're going to need or what they're going to need. So please use anything in here, take these down, look at them, and all of these things they're welcome to be used by any of the clients specifically. And if you think of anything, maybe let us know. Maybe we're missing something. We'd love to add it. So as we come out here, we are going to jump to our coats. Please know that this is a great space to leave your coats, or if you need it in the studio, you're welcome to pick this up. It's really light, and walk it into there and use that as well. Next is our coffee bar. We all love coffee. Please use this. Let your clients use it. It's going to be a great addition to your set. Next is printers. We do have one. That was like a frequently asked thing, and we do have one. And this is where you'll normally find our Wi-Fi password as well, and it will be kind of here. It is changing often though, so if it isn't there or if you can't connect to it, make sure to jump over to our host and they can help you with that. And when we're talking about Wi-Fi, it's really cool. We have a Sonos system, so you can play your own music and you're welcome to play whatever you'd like. In our editing suite is where you will find your host, and they are here to answer any questions, help you with anything, or troubleshoot anything you need. We're normally editing in there, so please interrupt, use us. Next is our client space. So this is going to be great if you have any clients who maybe don't want to sit in there, maybe they have some extra work they need to be doing. Please tell them to come back here and use this space. We also have our drink fridge. So any of these are welcome to be used by your clients. Please drink them. We don't just say that, we have them here specifically for your clients. And over here, you're gonna find our snacks as well. Please eat and use those. Lastly is our podcast suite. So as we jump over here, this is a great space if your clients have a phone call or a meeting. It is soundproof, so they're welcome to use it if it is available and not rented out already. And we're gonna jump to our studio in a minute. Welcome to our studio. A lot of people actually think that our studio is a bunch of different spaces and not just one big room. So when you do rent the psych wall, you actually get this entire space, which actually brings in all of our other walls. Something to be aware of, which is really cool. So talking about the psych wall, because I feel like that's what everyone wants to talk about. I mean, look at it. It's super cool. So there are some rules to be talked about and remembered. Because I know you're looking at it and you're thinking, maybe we could skateboard. Been there, done that, asked that question. The answer is a resounding no. These walls are not sturdy. They are made out of foam and plaster, so they cannot carry your weight. So that's actually one of our first rules, is be aware of the curve. And so if you do need to, you can always come to the side and kind of see the seam along the edge, or just kind of test it out, kind of see what you're looking at before you just walk up on it. And make sure your clients are aware of it too, because it's really hard not to try to walk into the corner. We get it. Rule number 2, if you could wear booties, we have them labeled over here for you to grab and walk out on there. And if you do need to set up, have it all laid out. And we do have blankets for you to use as well, maybe for more of the cameras and production side of it. Okay, guys, we are jumping to rule 3, and it is no food or drink in the psych wall unless it is used by the client for a prop or anything like that. And as we jump over here, you're actually gonna see our paper tape in all the magical colors of the rainbow. Please use this if you're marking on our psych wall floor for any reason, just so that it won't pull up the tape instead of using masking tape or any other tape, I guess, in the grand scheme of life. Cool. Now you're probably wondering what you can use. And the answer is just about anything your eye sees. I'll tell you what you can't in a minute. But these tables are one of those things, and they are all on rollies, so please use them, move them, and put them all over the studio. These rolling stands are able to be used, and as we jump, as I'm talking about rolling stands now, any light you see on a rolling stand, they are able to be used, but are an additional cost, and that can be talked about later. As we jump this way, you will see a V-flat out here and a V-flat here. Both of these, we have 2 of them to be used in the studio any way you need it to be. We have 10 C-stands, and we have diffusers, floppies, reflectors, all of these wonderful things over here, more tables. And as we jump to this, tape is free to be used. We have sound blankets. We have blankets that we talked about before for the psych wall. These are gonna be great. Stingers. And clamps. There's more clamps down here. All of these milk crates are free to be used, and they are labeled, so you can find anything you need. And if you can't, ask the host in the front. Apple boxes on the bottom. Jumping over to our sandbags and our ladders, all able to be used, except you get to this weird random door. This is actually our personal gear closet, and it is not able to be used by you or your clients. Most likely it'll be locked. And yeah, that's it. So we've already talked about our psych wall, but I want to bring it back up because it's a really big draw and it's pretty epic because it is pre-lit. And so with it being pre-lit, each and every one of those lights can be controlled. And so if you want to be really technical, you're welcome to go and talk to the host, and they can get you hooked up with the Luminaire app. And you can control all of that at the touch at your fingertips. If you're really just wanting to get started and you don't want to go through all that work, you can actually come over to our control panel, and we have presets set up for you specifically. It's kind of in my brain like the presets of your radio station, but we do ask that you don't change our presets. They are set specifically for a purpose. And one thing to note specifically is our quiet mode, which we're actually in right now. And so all of the lights, fans are actually off so that you can't hear it when you're doing videos, which is really important. And so as you're looking at these, you're going to see all 1 through 4 is going to be our white, it controls our white lights. And then 5 through 7 is going to control our RGB, and then 8 is off. So we can kind of jump to a party already and see our rainbow. Pretty cool. Next, we're going to touch on furniture, and you will see this entire set ready to go for your clients, and they are able to actually have food and drink here, and this is a great space for them to be able to sit and see what's happening. And so everything you see here is able to be used and moved in any other area of our studio. We just ask that you put it back when you're done, please. Over here behind the curtain is going to be our changing room, and we're working on a makeup station. It's coming soon, but that's a great space if you need a quick change for any of the clients jumping in to the scene. Here at the studio, we actually have 13 backdrops, and you will see them up on these rolls. Each of them are controlled by a remote, and you simply turn it on and we can bring it down. So much better than doing it yourself, to be completely honest. So you see 3 up here. We have more rolls jumping over to this wall, and then our very last one are 4 over here on our psych wall in a corner. So these will all be labeled for you. And as we're talking about labels, because I love them, each of our outlets are going to be labeled as well. So you'll see this little sticker in the corner. And that just means that all of the green ones are on the same circuit. So why is that relevant? Because these giant lights plugged into the same outlet is going to throw to the back, and no one wants to flip a breaker in the middle of a shoot. Am I right? So as we're standing here, you probably see this amazing light on me, and it is because of our garage door. And you are welcome to use this garage door, as we talked about earlier, to come in, load, drive in, drop your stuff. You are again welcome to park out there. Everything's gonna be safe. But here's where I guess the real issue comes in is, do you want natural light? And if you don't, We actually are going to be putting up curtains, but until then, we are able to block this out for you so that you don't have this light for your video shoot specifically. So I hope this video helped answer some questions you guys may have had. But if you do have any more questions, make sure to see the host in the front, because there are no stupid questions, only stupid people who don't ask the questions. Because we've created this space for you specifically to use, and we want to make sure you're using it correctly and using all of the things in it to the best of your ability. So please ask questions and make sure to talk to the host if you need any more help. Or you can also email us directly, and we'd love to answer those questions. And enjoy our space. We're excited to see what you guys create.